Meyer standing up, and there's our first goal of the game as Frankfort. And that's a great ball from Smith to Lucas Nance, who chips it
just
on
wide.
the side netting.
This is Tyron looking far post. He's got Barber. Good first touch.
Just off the post.
He's trying to cut it back. He does a drop there, and this is Barber, and he puts it home.
Oh, no, it's off the post.
Oh, wow.
It went right back in the hands of Matthew Meyer.
Member of the Frankfort High Panthers, Brad Thomas. That's a bad giveaway. Subtly in front of the goal, and he puts it away.
That was Kenyon Thomas. Wolverines looking to set up something with a long kick, and it's ball.
That's a good ball in behind. That's Reynolds, and he pounds
it in.
He pounds it into the top of the net. That ball was played from Henry Higbee. Here's the replay. Nice little flick header from senior Nathan Neal, and then Tyron Reynolds just top shelves it, and there was nothing Matthew Meyer could do.
Turnover in the midfield there for the Warhawks, and Kate Terry's catching Diaz out of the goal, and he has put it in the back of the net.
At any age, you see that first goal makes a big difference, too.
That's exactly right. That's a good ball to the back post, but
beautifully grabbed by Braden Hack.
If they win tonight, might have another opportunity on Thursday night, as the Panthers have already punched their ticket to that game. That's a good shot.
Another beautiful shot. I believe that was Austin Welch, number 24 from that right side.
That's Preston Welch trying to find the runner down that right side.
Zach Hamner at the ball. He centers it in.
Oh, that's a good ball.
That's a tough one to stop.
That was a beautiful ball, along with Welch, who finds his brother Austin again, who with another shot. And how about a first-half hat trick? Soccer tournament. Terry with a takeaway, and he just goes wide right. Play Flores going to look. He went for goal and just missed. He had a better shot than I would have thought from that angle.
Pressing it in the ball. Roulette. Rodolfo over to Austin Welch again. He's trying to get on his left foot. There it is. Excellent shot. Stop by Braden Hack. He'll pick his pocket there. And then Preston in a little bit of space.
See what Preston does here. He goes on to his right foot and puts it in the back of the net. Finds Austin.
Nice little ball to space.
Here's
Isaac Moore.
Isaac Moore with a good shot, good save. At work, you see the victors of tonight. Great Crossing coming in with a 4-1 victory. Welcome back to the Bluegrass Network, Sports Network. We're here for the 41st District Championship. It's championship night for Frankfort Panthers and the Great Crossing Warhawks after that exciting girls final where Western Hills bringing home the first district title, and we don't even know when, Bo. It's been that long.
It's been a while, but super happy for Coach Chris Brady and his Lady Wolverines. I know you've got a little pride beaming out of you. You've been on that staff for several years, so just happy for them. Happy for those young ladies and deserving as well.
Well, you know, it's one of those things. They came together this season with some fire under their feet, and they were able to play in a complete season. And I think that really helped them gel. And, you know, when you look at how the team came together, the midfield was strong with Kristen Tucker. Then you had the offensive threats of Woolhams and Mueller on the side. And then you had also Kendi Carter coming back to the team and providing that nine that really was the cog in this wheel to score. They were such a fast team.
She's definitely a difference maker, and so we turn our attention to the boys' game. I know we've got a lot of excitement looking forward to this game. These two teams, the last two times they've played, have ended up in penalty kicks. Played just a week ago, last week, and so 1 week later they're back here. Locations changed.
Circumstances have changed.
Circumstances have changed. They're playing for some hardware tonight, and the rain has returned, so it's going to make for an interesting night. We'll pause here for just a second as they do the national anthem. Just finished the national anthem, and as you can see on screen there, we've got a pretty good shower coming down.
You know, Bo, this is one of those times I'm glad I'm broadcasting from the comfy confines of a press box that is heated, and we see no rain in here.
It is a very nice setup, and very thankful for Great Crossings. Their athletic director, Austin Haywood, has been super just accommodating to us, and we're just thankful that they allowed us to come stream these games. You can see the Wolverines are heading out. I fully expect them to start the same lineup that they've started for the majority of this season. It's a 4-3-3. You've got Sam Yoakum, who's a senior, starting in the goalkeeper. You can see him there in the red jersey. In front of him are the center back partnership of Henry Higbee, a senior, and sophomore Ashton Austin. Outside of each of those is Preston Barber on the left side and Ethan Carpenter, another senior, on the right. Their central three is a team of Vermillion, McLean Barber, and Hancock. Ethan Vermillion being their playmaker, leading goal scorer on the season with 16 goals, 6 assists. And the front three is comprised of senior Nate Neal in the central forward position. Flanking him on the left is Adam Gritton. On the right is Tyron Reynolds. Gritton and Reynolds, both juniors. Reynolds with the game winner on Tuesday night.
Clutch goal.
Heartbreak for your Wolverines, but just a really class finish, and a little flick header from Nathan Neal set him free. I know you have the lineup for Great Crossing. You want to run through that for us?
Yeah, Coach Nick Maxwell is going to put out the same lineup that we saw in their first district matchup, and you're going to start it off with Rodolfo Flores at the tip of the spear. He actually started out on the left wing the last game, but they've switched that out with Braden Ward. Same personnel, just a couple of minor switches. You didn't take it to the right wing. It's going to be Austin Welch, who was the man of the hour in that first one with a hat trick and in a 15-minute stretch of the first half of the game against Franklin County. Preston Welch, the younger brother of Austin, going to run the offense, sitting in the midfield with Aiden Bryan. It seemed like that game against Franklin County, the ball never left either one of their feet. Landon Dice is somebody, the big holding midfielder, taking up the middle of the pitch for Great Crossing Warhawks. Then you got Doug Ginley and Zach Hamner on the backs position, and they're going to be pressing up and joining the offense. Coach Nick Maxwell loves to push up those right backs and left backs to try and get them in some offense. Then you're going to have Dane Childers and Trey Redmond holding down the central backs, and Connor Diaz starting another game. This is his third game in a row after the starting keeper, Michael Mueller, out with a concussion from the last time these two played.
And you mentioned it at the start. Austin Welch has moved out to the right side. That's a bit of a switch from both what he played last week against Frankfort High, but I think for much of the season, he's played more centrally.
Yep.
He came out Tuesday night, had a hat trick in the first half. I think part of the flexibility that Coach Maxwell has is Aiden Bryant has returned to the action. I saw Aiden last week, and he said he was coming back from, I can't remember if he said a hip or he had some type of injury, and so he was limited on minutes. He's come back and playing in that holding midfield position, and that frees up Welch to get out wide. You can see immediately.
That's Flores with a shot from distance.
Two pretty quick attempts there from Great Crossings. The first one was from Preston Welch, and that was for Flores.
I'm anxious to see how this back four of Frankfort handles pressure because, when Western Hills played Frankfort, that was their only goal, came on pressure on a center back from a pass out from the keeper. So,
I know that I stopped by practice yesterday to talk to Coach K a little bit. I know they worked on that specifically last night in training. Of course, they had, pretty light training after a tough game on Tuesday, but he told the boys, look, Coach Maxwell and the Warhawks were sitting right behind the goal watching us play out of the back like that, and so they would be licking their chops. This is Nathan Neal trying to play Reynolds into space. He tries a big cross. That was Gritton.
And the ball's loose right there in the box. But
that was Trey Redmond, sophomore.
Able to push it out, and here comes the Warhawks. That's Flores with the ball, trying to look up the right wing for the man of the hour, Austin Welch. And that's some good defending there by Frankfort.
That was Preston Barber tracking back from that outside back. And this is going to be interesting to watch because you talked about Great Crossings wanting to push those strikers up. Frankfort High likes to get Barber in the attack. He had a hat trick of off the post shots the other night.
That's exactly right.
But he's going to have to be a little bit more careful because with Welch on his back shoulder, he can't be as flexible as he normally would be.
And I think it comes back to
and this is an early goal.
Oh, my goodness. That was early, and it was powerful. That was a good shot. And
that is Austin Welch. He drifted into the central position, left footer, and Yoakum was out of position.
Yep.
And again, that came off a goal kick, Brad, and that's something that's happened twice now. And so we're not yet 3 minutes in, and the Frankfort High Panthers already face a 1-goal deficit.
And you saw Flores come back on the pitch. He had a quick sub. They brought in Tristan Morin in for just a goal, it seems like, and then you end up with Flores coming right back in after the goal is scored. What can you say about Austin Welch? I mean, He's turned into a legend here in just the last few days, just based on the performance he had against against Franklin County, and now against Frankfort, he scores early.
4 goals in less than a half.
Yes,
effectively. And so the Panthers are going to have to fight back. Early foul there. Ethan Vermillion picks up a foul, and so they've got a free kick just inside half field. It's Ty Hancock on top of the ball.
And with the rain coming down, Bo, strange things happen on wet soccer pitches. So
it's a tough ball into the box. It's bouncing around.
It's going to be Vermillion's going to come to it.
He's going to be pressured. He's trying to wiggle free. He plays it back. This is Hancock. Just played a ball into the mix there. Cleared out by great crossing. This is Carpenter, pressured by Flores, but it'll go out for a throw.
I think the important piece for Frankfort tonight is to disrupt the possession game of Great Crossing. Great Crossing wants to control the ball, limit chances the other teams are going to see, and we'll see how the midfield of Frankfort hangs in there with them early.
Yep. Ball over the top from Bryant, looking for Flores, or looking for Welch. Flores picks it up. He leaves it for Welch, who's going backside, and is that Ginley?
Yeah, he's going for his brother.
No, that's Preston Welch. My apologies.
Yeah, that's Preston's going to take on the defender there and beats him to the end line, but the ball is going out of bounds, and it looks like it's going to be a corner kick, a deflection.
There, it was defended by Ethan Carpenter, and so Frankfort High needs to find their feet, and they need to find them quickly.
Well, and, it's one of those things you take a deep breath after the goal, and guess what? Great Crossing's right back on top of you trying to put a second one on you within just a few seconds after scoring the first one.
Welch with the corner. Into the mix. It's bouncing around. That was Austin Welch.
That's a very dangerous play. Here comes Vermillion out of the pile, and he's got a head full of steam looking for teammates. He'll have to pull it back, though, and he's going to hit the Carpenter with it, who's going to run it down the wing.
This is Hancock.
Frankfort
he's got Preston Barber. Nathan Neal. Good defending there.
That was Hamner making that play. He meets up with Austin Welch, and they'll go ahead and reset with Dice, and Dice just trying to find someone, but he finds the back line of the Frankfort Panthers.
Well, that's a couple times early, though. We've seen them try to play that earlier ball over the top. Tuesday night it was more ticky-tacky, possession, but that may have been more due to the deeper line that Franklin County was playing.
Right.
That's Dice has played an early ball over the top. We saw Flores play an early ball.
And I think the interesting matchup is going to be Preston Barber. We talk about him pushing up. You see him here. He's at the top of the 18. You got Austin Welch, who's playing that side. Is he going to try and sneak out for something?
Ball's bouncing around, cleared out of there by great crossings, only to Carpenter. He tries to connect with
good battle.
Barber, and it's going to be a foul there on Flores. Just got the heels of Vermillion. Vermillion sporting the bright yellow gloves tonight.
It is a little chilly out there. Fall has arrived in central Kentucky, and with some rain, this is going to make for good soccer weather, in my opinion.
It's definitely district soccer weather. I can remember when I was playing, having the hand warmers in, and this is Barber playing it deep ball. That's Dice with the header wide,
and
just to clear pressure.
You're going to see Dice with a lot of headers tonight. He seems like he's 7 foot tall out there at times because he's just got such a height advantage against some of these players.
Gritton with the left footer, looking at the far post. This is Barber.
Barber trying to swing it around.
This was Vermillion. His touch lets him down, and now Austin Welch. And they've got numbers. Look at the it's 5 or 6 of them. Plays the ball through.
He's onside. He leaves it for Flores.
Really nice. And this is trouble. He was in an offside position, so that is not going to count.
Yeah, that was one of those things that we saw the other night with Sam Yoakum. He pushing the ball out instead of catching it with his hands. And, even in that first game we saw with the girls, Carson Graves did almost the exact same type play, pushing the ball out on an oncoming rush from the offensive team. And
I'm looking in it. I saw the stream replay. It did look like he had just drifted offside. But, again, you're talking about it. Wet ball, wet field. Shot from distance has a little bit of a weird bounce to it. And the Wolverines, man, the Panthers are really just struggling to stay above water right now.
Yeah, they're on the ropes, and Great Crossing smelling blood. They're pushing it forward.
They have increased the pressure. This is Gritton. Good tackle there with Aiden Bryant. Vermillion coming back. And he is going to pick up a foul.
And this is going to be a free kick in a dangerous spot. And we saw this
when they might. Are they going to go quick? We saw Welch go quick. They are going to go quick. He's looking at that back post.
And there's nobody home. He was a little quicker than the rest of his team on that one. Ball will stay in play, and we'll see the Frankfort Panthers bring it up on the offense now.
This is Ashton Austin. He's looking down line for Hancock. He connects.
This is going to be a big game for Ty Hancock. The midfield of Great Crossing is their strength, and we'll see how he handles the pressure of district tournament play as a sophomore.
Bryant looking wide. He's got Hamner, captain, sorry.
That was a good ball by Hamner, and they're going to get a corner kick off of this.
Carpenter was under pressure there and just had to touch it out for a corner kick.
And that was their left back, Ginley, coming in there trying to make something happen. You already see Great Crossing pushing up their right and left backs all the way to the goal box, trying to make something happen.
Austin Welch with the ball. That was.
Oh, that's a good header. Dice again.
Was that Dice or Childers?
That was Dice.
Let's see on the replay. Yeah, that was number 15. That was Childers.
That was Childers. You're right.
This is Vermillion coming down the line. He connects with Gritton. He's got back to Vermillion. He's got Tyron Reynolds wide. Gilding will come over to try to force a turnover and good defending.
You know, if Frankfort's going to have offense tonight, it's going to come from those three. It's going to be Gritton, Reynolds, and Vermillion, and they really are going to have to step up to try to get something on the board here early. That's a good ball.
That was a dangerous ball. None of the defenders really knew what to do with it, and they left it for each other, and no one ended up. So that was interesting. But
that was interesting.
They survive and quickly out trying to play Austin Welch.
And here's Flores again. Flores has been streaking down the field this entire first half, and Frankfort does a good job of taking the ball away from him.
But a turnover right back from Carpenter and Austin Welch. Barber stepping forward and out wide here to Hamner.
Hamner with a good move, try and get free.
This is McLean Barber. He's got Gritton down line. He's going to look to play further forward to Nathan Neal.
But, you know, Great Crossing just holding up the ball there and able to take it away.
This is Trey Redmond to Dice. A little outside the foot chip. Looking for.
Brian's there.
I was looking out there for Braden Ward on that right wing. Now he'll get it.
To Flores. Flores again looks for Dice.
And they're starting to swing it left, right, and Dice takes it off the post.
What a shot.
It falls to Austin Welch. He tries to line up the volley. I think this is Ward looking for Austin Welch again. He gets it to the left. And
Sam Yoakum handles that one, but what a shot from Dice.
From distance, too.
You know, Landon Dice just had space, cranked it up, and, you know, when you see a holding mid really take a rip like that, that was just such a good shot.
That was cleared off of – I thought it was cleared off of Frankfort High, but – we're going to have a substitution for Frankfort High. It looks like it's number 8, Colby Craycraft. You get a good look at him right there. He replaces Nathan Neal. Looks like he's going to slot into that number 9 position. He's got a good smile there. He plays with Trey Redmond in club. He was having a good laugh there with Childers.
You know, that's the fun part about high school sports is a lot of these are teammates once club season starts.
This is his first interaction.
Ball's taken away. Great Crossing again, pushing the numbers up, trying to make something happen. Flores on the ball now. Good give and go.
This is Gilding coming up from his left back position. Or Gindling.
Yeah, Gindling.
Sorry, I
Doug
pronounced
Gindling.
that wrong.
That's all right.
And I missed his goal last week, so I owe him one. I hope it's not tonight, to be honest with you. As a father of one of the Frankfort High Panthers, you know.
You saw the mishandle there on the sidelines. Ball's wet. It's raining, and it's raining pretty hard here. As we continue play, the nice thing about turf is that's a shot from distance.
Just wide.
And missed.
And I'll tell you what, that's 3 or 4 early shots from distance that Great Crossings has taken. And Yoakum, you know, was lucky on the one off the post. That one was just wide. He's going to have to get his head up as soon as they get the ball because they look to be taking those quick shots, and they've got good power. And with the rain that you just mentioned.
Yeah, that ball's going to skid on this wet turf. So the shots we've seen, most of them have been airborne when it got to Yoakum, but I'll look for some more of these shots from distance because Maxwell apparently had that drawn up on the whiteboard that they need to start shooting from distance against the keeper Yoakum. Going to swing it around. That's Brian with the ball.
Yeah, Vermillion with the tackle. Forces a throw in for Great Crossing.
We're at the 26-minute mark of the first half, and so far it's been all Great Crossing.
It definitely has. They have come out on the front foot, and Frankfort is still just struggling to connect passes at this point.
You know, if you're Coach Brad Kennedy, you just need them to hang on to the ball just a little bit right now and to stop the runs that you're seeing from Great Crossing.
That's a good ball in from
that was Vermillion.
Good tackle.
No, Gritton with the pass there.
That was, and I guess it was going to go out for a goal kick. I thought it maybe was a deflection there for a corner, but it is not, and so Diaz will look to play out.
As we said, Diaz has been pressed into service due to Michael Moeller being injured in the last time these two teams met, but he's done a good job for Great Crossing.
This is Welch, or no, this is Braden Ward. I apologize.
It's Flores on the ball again. He's been a man of action so far in this first half.
Looking for Dice, and I think
looked
he was in offside
offside
position. He was.
It's a good trap by the Panthers on that one. Landon Dice there with the pass just a second later than what Austin Welch thought it was going to be. We'll get the reset going here by the Panthers.
That's senior Henry Higbee. Welch in some space. This is Preston. He drops it. Flores picks it up. Vermillion with a good step there, and he's going to earn a quick foul, and he looks to get Tyron Reynolds out wide with the early ball. Back to Barber, and he's looking for Gritton. Tries to turn, but Trey Redmond with the wonderful step right in his back.
Now, this Great Crossing team has played really well in the games that I've watched, and a big part of it is those center backs. You got Dane Childress and Trey Redmond, who have been just brutes back there. That's Welch with it. The Austin.
Looking for Flores, and another shot from distance.
And that's just
wide. So, again, a couple from Flores, a couple from the Welch brothers. Here's a good look at it. Just got his head up. You saw it. He got his head up, took a prep touch, and
Sam Yoakum giving it everything he has to keep that one out of the back of the net, and luckily it went wide.
Yoakum dribbling back in here for a goal kick.
This has been an onslaught from Great Crossing early on. I don't have an accurate count of shots, but I think we're already seeing 6 shots from Great Crossing.
Yes, it's been definitely 6 or 7. They have a 1-goal lead, 1-0. Goal from Austin Welch, his 4th of the tournament. This is Hamner. He's got Welch out wide.
That's a good stick in the midfield by the Panthers there.
This is Gritton trying to find Vermillion. He's looking for Craycraft. He looks out wide for Gritton.
You can
He's
definitely
got a little space here.
You can definitely see him concentrating on Ethan Vermillion. So I think from Frankfort's perspective, they're going to have to keep the ball moving to be able to get opportunities because Coach Maxwell's trying to eliminate the opportunities that Ethan Vermillion's going to have.
Good defending there from Hamner. He will concede a goal kick, a throw in, but
good defending.
Hancock was trying to get around the edge, and he did not allow him. This is a throw in looking for Barber. He flicks it on, but no one was there.
Diaz will pick it up and put it back into play for the Warhawks. Good distribution out. And here comes the attack from the Warhawks. And, it seems like every time they get started, there's a head full of steam with the intent of getting down the field as fast as possible. It's almost a totally different game plan from them tonight than what we saw against Franklin County, where it was all possession, possession, possession. Now they're looking for the counters and the quick attacks.
This is Vermillion trying to connect with Craycraft. Comes back to Vermillion. He's got Welch on his back. He's trying to get a foul there, but nothing.
Nothing called. There's Flores on the ball. Find Preston Welch. Tries to squeeze it through, but Frankfort will gain possession.
Just another turnover there from Frankfort High. They're struggling in that central mid, and one touch, and Preston Welch is in space, going at Ashton Austin.
Chips it over. And
this is Braden Ward trying to keep it in play, and he will. He's got Carpenter facing him up. He looks backwards to space.
Flores somehow finds it and beats Frankfort to it.
He's got Higbee and Ashton Austin chasing him.
That's Welch again. Trey
Redmond.
Brian, I'm sorry. Trying to make something happen there, and this is an opportunity for the
They
Panthers
do have
to
a
counter.
couple numbers. If they've got Craycraft out in front, that's where he's going. He's got I was trying to play Reynolds wide, but wasn't able to connect that pass. He probably needs to hold that up just a little bit.
Right, and, it's one of those things. I know Colby's been in several different positions as that holding 9. A lot of times you want to see him hold the ball and then hit the on-running wings with it. And he just unable to make it happen there. And Panthers regain possession. So in the first 20 minutes, I think we've seen great crossing come out with a flurry, but you know what? There's only one goal in the back of the net, and the Panthers are still in this game and ready to start trying to get some offense of their own.
This is Tyron Reynolds looking to connect with Craycraft. He was trying to keep it in play, but was unable to do that under pressure from Childers.
This will be Diaz with the goal kick. Diaz in his substitute role as goalkeeper really hasn't been challenged that much. Goes back to that tough defense that the Warhawks have been playing through this tournament and last game of the regular season against Western Hills.
Yeah, you and I got to do that game, and he had a couple bobbles, but that was his first full game in that starting role, and so you kind of expect some first game jitters,
right,
so to speak. The job was him, at least in the short term. It was good to see Michael Moeller. I've seen him on campus. We saw him Tuesday and then saw him here earlier tonight. Sounds like he's got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so hopefully he can get cleared and
just in time for regions.
Finish out his senior year.
Hamner with it, looking for Flores. Flores has really been the field general so far this game for the Warhawks.
He definitely has been lively. This is Preston Welch. He's got his brother Austin cutting inside. This is Flores instead. I think Austin Welch was in an offside position, so he just let that run, but only to Childers or Hamner. I apologize.
Yeah. Hamner looking for somebody. Good defense by the Panthers there. Vermillion takes over the interception. And a tough tackle in the midfield, and Brian looks hurt.
I think he took the brunt of that. Looks like he's trying to jump back up, and
I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, he's a little shaken up. He's ginger.
A little knee-on-knee action there. I
get a good look at him here. The referee.
They're going to stop play here.
He stopped the clock for this injury, and you can see Bryant went down. So,
as we said, he had been coming back from an injury. So, but
I think he said it was his hip. This looks more like a leg, shin, knee area. So. Hopefully it's something that he can shake off.
And we got 18:40 showing on the clock.
Good sportsmanship there from Adam Gritton coming over, and you can see him and Vermillion talking. They're trying to just catch their breath here with this injury timeout. They've been under a heavy storm of pressure from the Warhawks to start this District 41 final.
Yeah, Brian's going to come out and try and see who we're going to have come in for his position. Looks like Tristan Moran.
It does, and I wonder if this will push, Austin Welch back into that more central role.
I think that's exactly what you're going to see. Moran is a left-footed winger, so
you can see a good look at him right there, number 26, talking to Preston Welch. He had a big PK finish a week ago from tonight.
And his dad, Ivan, was with us on the last broadcast.
He did a really nice job.
He did.
Might be some folks online wondering why he's not here tonight.
That's right. Well, it's definitely a different sitting here with two Frankfort folks calling a Georgetown or Scott County team versus a Franklin County team.
I feel like I've seen 4 straight games of Great Crossing. I've gotten to know the kids, and they're a really nice team to watch for sure. They've got some difference makers. This is an early shot from Vermillion. Just enough pressure there from Austin Welch, who does look like he's moved into that central mid role.
Yeah. And it looks like Morin's gone in as the 9. So they've swung Flores around to the right wing.
This is playing out of the back there. That is Morin. He connects with Flores right back to him and forces Ashton Austin to come over, and he plays back to Sam Yoakum. Good little touch there to Barber. But again, that little touch there let him down, and that pressure that they're under.
That's right, and it seems to be some of the same players putting that pressure on. Flores, it seems like he always is winning the balls. Any 50-50 ball is in front of him is becoming his.
And I think Nick Maxwell noticed that Frankfort High likes to push Preston Barber up on that left side, because as soon as Morin came in, he moved Flores to that right side instead of, and maybe it's because he feels like he will put more pressure on Preston Barber. And so. Well,
and and Coach Kennedy was able to use Barber in a way that allowed them to be on the attack for longer periods of time, being able to use him as a relief valve in some instances. It's another ball that goes through to Yoakum. And to also get some wide open shots when they played Western Hills. Snuck in inside the 18 for a couple of those.
So I think Maxwell's idea is we're going to try to keep him pinned back where he can't work into that space.
And that's some of the things about soccer that really intrigue people is the moving chess game between these coaches. And we've got 2 good ones tonight with Brad Kennedy and Nick Maxwell.
That was Ginling with a really nice individual play out wide. He finds Welch, who plays through Flores to his opposite there. Hamner.
Morin wanted to get that shot there to the left foot, but good defending by the Panthers to keep it from going on goal.
Vermillion out wide there to Tyron. He's got Craycraft making a run into space.
I think he's going to carry down that wing.
Catching it. He cuts inside, looking for, I think that was Gritton with a little through ball, but again, Great Crossing is there and tries to play out to Morin.
And he leaves it out there for Flores to try and chase down, but the Panthers will beat him to it. Ball will go out for a Great Crossing throw in.
We're going to have a couple substitutions here for – no, I thought I saw a Navy jersey over there, but we'll have to wait. This is Hamner. Good look at the captain for Great Crossing.
Tries to find Morin again, but ball goes out off of the pressure from Barber.
Last year they had 14 seniors, really special opening year for the Great Crossing Warhawks. They won this District 41, and then made the regional final where they ultimately lost to the state champion Henry Clay Blue Devils and Coach Jason Beeler.
It was just a dream season.
But they got 9 this year. Yep. So it's not like, they don't have that leadership. Now, not all 9 played significant minutes last year, but –
and it seems like they just reload because, last year the Welch brothers were not on this team. And
this is a great ball over the top to Morin,
who
tries to get a touch. He does get a touch on it. He and Sam Yoakum collide.
And I think that's a good no call.
Barber just tries to play out. This is Gritton.
Gritton being gritty to keep that ball in play.
He does, and forces a throw in, little toe poke out there from Hamner. Looks like Morin's looking for a substitution too. I think he's a little gimpy after that collision. I just saw it on the stream. It was a little clumsy from Sam Yoakum, but I think a good no call.
Clumsy yet effective, I think is the term.
Senior Lawrence Lucci Allen enters the game at left. On that left side, he'll replace Adam Gritton. And it looks like Thiago Pires. He told me last night, I've been calling him Piers, and he said, just call me Thiago. And I was like, well, we don't call people by first names. And he said it was Pires. So I'm going to try to get that right tonight.
You have a name like Thiago, that is a soccer name around the world.
I agree. Couple good ones. One that just left your Bayern Munich boys to join Liverpool, went from one champion to another.
Yep.
Must be tough life.
It is a tough life, I'm sure.
Good touch there from Wuchi Allen, and Vermillion looking for Nathan Neal. Just couldn't quite connect there, and Austin Welch comes out.
Good touch by Welch.
Touch to space, but quickly Panthers find him. Colby Craycraft finds Nathan Neal out wide. He's getting a lot of pressure. Was that Dice?
That was Dice. Landon Dice with the foul there, and we'll see if Frankfort looked like they were going to try and go quick, but wise decision. They're going to try and get something set up here to go on frame. A little gamesmanship from the Warhawks there, chipping that ball back. We'll see where
Vermillion's going to step over to take it. And
this is a shot from distance, I think, for Vermillion, especially in a 1-0 game. Wet ball. Second string keeper. We'll see what happens.
He's asking for 10 yards.
It's going to be a one-man wall right now.
Got Barber coming in from the far post. He does strike it, but it just keeps rising on him.
Yeah,
heads over the top.
I think the Warhawks were looking more for a chip there, but I think Vermillion wisely took a shot there because you really want to try and challenge that keeper from a distance that close. And in a game of this magnitude, great things happen when you take chances.
Looks like Aiden Bryan returns to action, and Isaac Moore will enter into the game. He'll take that number 9 spot, replacing Morin.
And I notice more umbrellas going up in the crowd, so the rain must be increasing.
The rain is here. You can see it out through the lights. It doesn't look as heavy as it's been. This is Preston Welch. He beats 2.
Oh, Austin Welch. That was Austin Welch.
That was Ethan Carpenter with a little step. It was Austin Welch, so I apologize.
And, you know, he went down right there on the edge of the box, and you can hear the Great Crossing fans thinking that he had earned a penalty, but I think it was a good job by the official in the center.
Our center referee tonight is Evan Perdue. He's a real seasoned referee, done several regional, and I think he's even maybe worked a state game. So we got a good crew tonight. Uchi Allen, good step there again by Trey Redmond.
It's a good play by Redmond trying to get the ball back out. This is Moore chasing down on the right wing.
Higbee finds Allen. He's looking down line to Nathan Neal, and Redmond will just touch it out.
Lucci wanted to go fast there, but no one else from the Panthers were reading the play the way he did. He'll come into Vermillion.
This is Vermillion trying to find space. He's being chased by Dice.
And you know, if I watch what Nick Maxwell has done with his Warhawks defense, it's to stop Ethan Vermillion. He thinks if he can stop.
That's a good ball in from that was Ethan Carpenter looking for Lucci Allen.
A little awkward moment there with the keeper. I wasn't sure if he was going to grab it. Didn't know what was going to happen.
He let it run, but Frankfort High had no one on that back post.
So I was saying, you can see Landon Dice trying to pick up Ethan Vermillion anytime he has the ball in a dangerous area, trying to help out his back four as much as he can. I think when you look at Coach Maxwell's game plan, it was to get some speed out here on Preston Barber and also make sure that Ethan Vermillion's not the person that beat you.
I think those are definitely two things you can see. We're under 10 minutes. 9.5 left here in the first half. This is Welch to Welch. I think that's Gidling out wide.
And that was a good run by Gidling.
He will still get there, chased by Ethan Carpenter. Looks like, or that was not Ethan Carpenter. That was Ashton. That was Thiago Pires.
Ball's up, and the Panthers will be able to clear it off their back line. Got some substitutions trying to come in for the Panthers. They got 3 waiting to come in, but once again with the Warhawks in possession. Oh, we got a change of a call there, so we'll see those subs now.
He originally called it
Warhawk ball,
but they were he was dribbling, wasn't he?
I'm totally confused.
I'm a little confused too because I didn't even see a Frankfort High guy out there. He was trying to keep it from going out of bounds, but nonetheless.
Substitutions didn't happen. They're still sitting there at midfield trying to come in, and it's still Warhawks ball.
Looks like it's going to be Hancock, Gritton, and Reynolds re-entering the game.
And I think Brad Kendi got some good minutes out of his subs, able to rest some of the players they're going to have to put some additional weight on their shoulders to bring this home for the Panthers. I think, as I said earlier, Ty Hancock's a key component to this team to potentially have the Panthers go to victory with in this district matchup.
This is Pires chasing Preston Welch and just trying to be an overall nuisance, which he did pretty well.
Very effective.
Craycraft tries to play out to Reynolds, but they're just having a hard time right now clearing that pressure. This is a loose ball cross, but Hamner still gets there first. Higbee will look to play to Barber. He's got Hamner immediately in his space and no turn allowed.
The Warhawks are really pressing hard when it's those 50-50 balls, and they're winning a majority of them tonight.
That was Aiden Bryant.
Who's back in the game.
Yeah, it was good to see him return.
That's Dice.
Back to this is Childers out to Redmond.
And they keep swinging the ball around, trying to find openings and trying to lull the Panthers to sleep for some of those runners. That's Moore making a good play, trying to keep the ball in an offensive end for the Warhawks.
Ethan Carpenter just playing the ball out wide, but it'll trickle out of bounds, and you can see those substitutions are still waiting to enter the game.
And we're under 7 minutes. They've been there a good 3 minutes, Bo.
Good little move there from Aiden Bryant. He looks for a big switch out to Hamner.
Ball's off Preston Barber for a throw for the Warhawks, and the subs still stand. Good interception by Barber. But then the giveaway.
Turnover.
And they'll go ahead and reset the offense.
This is Gindling, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Trying to find Austin Welch.
It's a step from Ashton Austin.
We've seen Austin Welch all over the pitch. He started out on the right. He's been on the left. He's been in the middle. Just a very fluid player that is letting the game come to him.
They have a couple of those types of players. Rodolfo Flores, both the Welch brothers.
It's a shot from Moore.
And so we will finally get that break. Just over 5.5 remaining. 3 subs, you can see them right there. It is Gritton, Hancock, and Reynolds. Looks like McLean Barber will take a break along with Lawrence Allen and Chiago Pires. Ball played out quickly here to senior Henry Higbee. He goes to Barber. We tried to play back, but again, you just see how quickly that pressure is on top of these Panther back four.
And there's another turnover, and Isaac Moore with the ball now, trying to fight, trying to get it to the corner. Takes 2 Panthers to get it away from him, but the ball ends
turnover.
up.
This is Preston Welch looking for his brother. He's trying to set that left foot up, which he scored a few with that left foot. Now he tries the right, but it'll sail over.
He's not shy with shooting, I'll tell you that.
He is not shy at all. They're just really fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a parent of Frankfort High, but I got to admit, they're just really nice to watch.
And one thing with Great Crossing coming into this 41st District family, I think the Franklin County schools are going to have to get used to seeing this team in these finals on a regular basis.
I agree. The mountain has changed. It used to be Woodford County, and now it's going to be Great Crossing. And so
it's a bad giveaway there. Panthers with the ball, but Aiden Bryant wins that battle with Vermillion.
And I think his insertion in the game, he didn't play much last week in Frankfort. I think he just gives them he helps open up some of those opportunities for the Welch brothers to move around.
That's right.
Because he's playing more of a defensive mid now. He was playing box to box. Now he looks like he's slotted into that 6 role.
And it's that wealth of talent that Maxwell's able to use in this matchup tonight. You've seen these players change positions, but the effectiveness is still there.
Little loose touch there from him, and it's Nathan Neal, but he recovers quickly. Ball's just played out for a throw-in. We have looks like McLean Barber re-entering the game, and he's going to replace senior Nathan Neal.
They'll swing that formation a little bit now.
Yeah, it looks like Vermillion is moving out wide here.
I think that's just to free him up from the midfielders and Dice and Brian there, just to get some space with his touches. That's Moore, this
Isaac
track
Moore,
star.
And he got it. Did he get a touch, or was that Ashton Austin that played it out?
I think that's Ashton Austin that played that out, and it'll be a corner kick. Let's see the replay.
He was under pressure. I don't think he wasn't sure if Sam Yoakum was going to get there, so he just made a safe decision. Hate to give up a corner kick, but Moore was in position to potentially poach there. So,
and as we talked about the other night, Moore's a track star, so that was a race to see who could get to the ball first. Ball.
Austin, he's trying to get to the left. He chips it into the box. Cleared out. This is Vermillion trying to clear space, and he can't quite. So there'll be a throw-in. Looking for Moore.
Moore and two defenders have
good pressure there from Preston Barber, and just cleared out there by Hancock. And
just seems like every time they get it deep, the Panthers are just scraping to try to get the ball out. And
good little 1-2 there from the Welch brothers.
Looking for that runner to come down the wing, and the runner failed to get the memo.
I could imagine sometimes if you were on this team, you would get caught just watching those two brothers, and Flores for that case. And next thing you know, you're like, they played you into space, and you were busy watching them,
watching them dance.
We're under 2 minutes here in the first half. It's been heavy avalanche of great crossing.
But the Panthers are in this game. One mishandle of that back line, and we could be tied. And I think Brad Kennedy's got to be happy with his Panthers at this point. Too many shots. Didn't like that they gave up a goal, but they're in this game. And
yeah, definitely. You hate to give up a goal in the first 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes, too, so they'd like to close this half out. Just over a minute left. This is Dice, and he'll just head it back to Redmond.
And it looks like Great Crossing's happy to end the half up 1-0 as well, because they're not really pushing the ball down with a minute to go.
Redmond just plays back to Diaz, who clears. This is Barber and Moore. Good battle there.
Good clean battle.
Higbee will try to clear, but only as far as Barber, and he'll hit Craycraft, who plays wide to Carpenter. Looking for Gritton.
We're down to 30 seconds in this first half. Still 1-0, Great Crossing.
This is Craycraft and Moore fighting.
It's another good battle. Isaac Moore's given some good minutes.
He is just quick, aggressive, strong. He gave the Panthers a lot of trouble last week, more from the left wing spot.
Oh, that's a good play.
This is Hancock. Can he get around the corner? He's got Vermillion with him. Good step again by Hamner. And with 4 seconds, 3 seconds.
That's going to do it for our first half. And, Bo, it's exactly the way we looked at it. It's 1-0, Great Crossing, good passing, lots of shots, but the Panthers are still in this one. So we're going to go ahead and take a break for halftime, and we'll glad that you tuned in here on the BSN Network.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork, and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
The people of Frankfort are ready for growth in our community. We need strong leaders who can help bring real changes to our city. Kyle Thompson is ready for the challenge. He's a strong supporter of law enforcement and wants to provide proper funding for our police and emergency services to reduce crime rates. Kyle also plans to work in cooperation with the county to revitalize our parks. It is important to provide for the well-being of all of our Frankfort families. Kyle is ready to take on all of this and more. Make your voice heard and vote Kyle Thompson for City Commission.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
The people of Frankfort are ready for growth in our community. We need strong leaders who can help bring real changes to our city. Kyle Thompson is ready for the challenge. He's a strong supporter of law enforcement and wants to provide proper funding for our police and emergency services to reduce crime rates. Kyle also plans to work in cooperation with the county to revitalize our parks. It is important to provide for the well-being of all of our Frankfort families. Kyle is ready to take on all of this and more. Make your voice heard and vote Kyle Thompson for City Commission.
Welcome back to the Bluegrass Sports Network. We got a minute 45 on the halftime clock. Great Crossing came out on fire. Austin Welch scored a goal just about 3 minutes in, and that's proved to be the difference thus far. The Panthers fought and defended and scrapped for the final 37 minutes and find themselves down 1-0. They're still in the game, but
a lot of time left. Anything can happen on a wet soccer field, and Great Crossing, though, came out with a fury, and we're hopeful that we can get a good game. I'd like to see this one go into extra time. I hate to think that this district tournament's going to be over.
Well, I want to take this moment, too, as we have a minute left, just to thank Kyle Thompson for City Commissioner and Frankfort for helping sponsor and present this district tournament. Without his support, we wouldn't have been able to do this. We also are thankful for Great Crossing and just the accommodations they've provided allow us to be here. So if you're on Facebook or if you're on Twitter, hit Kyle Thompson for City Commissioner up on his Facebook page and just tell him thank you. Kyle, if you're listening, I know you're a soccer fan. We appreciate you. And
you know what? That's one of the things when you look at people that are going into public office, what do they want to do for the future of your community? And when you invest in the kids like this, I think that's very telling as far as what the vision and platform of his campaign are.
Kyle he played soccer. I played soccer with him back in high school. He went to Franklin County. I went to Western Hills, but we played club together. Looks like Gritton and Welch are just Kobe Craycraft are having a little conversation,
breaking a little game out in the early.
Yeah, doing a little juggle game there. Speaking of Craycraft, it looks like he will start the second half for the Panthers.
I thought he gave him some good minutes there in the late stages of the first half, and his hard work has paid off as Coach Brad Kennedy will give him the opening start here.
And it looks like Coach K is going to push Vermillion out to that far left side, trying to create some opportunities for him in space. Maybe the same idea as Welch out there. Maybe if he can pin back that outside back for Great Crossing, it reduces the number of opportunities. But immediately you see Austin Welch.
Oh, that's going to be a throw-in for Frankfort, as they said it went off of Welch. Welch tried to do a little gamesmanship there to get the quick throw. But
this is Preston Barber with the throw-in, looking for Vermillion.
Austin
One Welch to another. A little back flick there from Carpenter. That's really nice. This is Gritton.
And that's he's got a head full of steam and trying to find
good
an open
stick
man.
From Trey Redmond.
Seems
Barber
like
trying to tackle there, but Welch just shrugs him off, and this is Preston Welch attracting a crowd.
As you would expect. There's Flores, who relieves some of that pressure from him.
Dice from distance. It looks like he's winding up. Wasn't quite as accurate as on that first attempt in the first half where he hit the crossbar.
Every time you think the Panthers are going to have a chance to run out, that back line for the Warhawks steps up and squashes the opportunity. And we keep talking about the offensive talent of Great Crossing, but there's a shot. Good handling there by Sam Yoakum to keep that one out of the back of the net. But, as good as they are offensively, here's a replay of that coming from the sophomore Preston Welch.
Big punt there from Yoakum, but I agree. The back four led by Childers and Trey Redmond there in the center back role. But then on the wings, Gindling and Hamner have just – both done very well in the individual defending section, but also have gotten into the attack well and caused pressure that way.
And you saw the fight after he lost the ball on this wing. That was Ward that was chasing back after. Oh, it's a good ball.
This is Welch in behind, and he will chip Sam Yoakum, and the Great Crossing Warhawks grab a 2-0 lead over the Panthers of Frankfort High. A very nice ball in behind.
And that was an expert level goal.
Yeah,
Look at the chip.
Yoakum was over the top, and that was class from Welch. He just chipped it. You can see his little celebration there. So 2-0, much like the first half.
Right.
3 minutes in, Warhawks have another goal, and the Panthers have a big hill to climb.
And the hill seems to get slippery, or I guess that's a word, right?
Slicker for sure.
Slicker than it was earlier on this wet field because, that was just a great pass, great finish, and,
Brother to brother, too, right?
That's exactly right. And, Frankfort trying to piece together an attack, but as we were talking about, the defense just keeps standing them up every time it looks like they have some bright light. And there's Flores on the ball again. Seems like he's winning every 50-50 ball.
Playing the ball in behind. That's Austin Welch. Quick cross. Little misplay there from Austin.
Dice with a good ball back to Preston Welch.
Tackled by Carpenter, but only out to Flores, and now to Bryant.
And they'll reset it. He's going to have a switch back to Trey Redmond.
Vermillion with a good step.
That was a good read by Vermillion there.
He's got a little numbers here. He's got Gritton, but I think he's dragged into an offside position. He has.
Yes, and we got a flag up.
He was in an offside position. You could see that.
He was off by several yards.
He was. Just one touch, probably too many from Vermillion, but you can see what Vermillion can do out in that space, and that's what the Panthers need to do. They need to try to turn the pressure back at that back four. They can't just soak pressure up.
That's right. And, after seeing that run, you just wonder if the chess match between Brad Kennedy and Nick Maxwell gets some changes for the Great Crossing lineup here, as you saw Vermillion run wild a little bit there on that left wing.
Ward looking for Welch. This is Austin. He finds Flores.
There's Dice coming back to Brian.
He's looking out here to Ward. Back to Welch. Nice little flick touch there. But a step by Austin, and
Frankfort just trying to put the ball out just to have somebody run on it, and it's just hard to make.
This is Vermillion again, putting Redmond under pressure. Gritton joining him. Vermillion trying to cut the corner there,
and he draws a crowd every time he has the ball.
That was Hamner, just well done defensively, and he finds Preston Welch, who turns and
here's a counter.
Got his head up to Flores.
I thought he slid that one through, but good defending there by Barber.
Looking for Austin Welch.
That was McLean Barber with that play. It's Dice trying to get the ball into the attacking third.
He wins that header. This is Craycraft. He's got a little bit of time to get his head turned. But that's just a bad giveaway. He had Adam Gritton ahead of him, but he chose to try to go square. Dice stepped in.
Dice with a little footwork there to try and free
He's
up.
chipping in. This is Ward. Back post, just wide.
That it just took a second for that to turn into offensive play for Great Crossing. Good head-up reaction by Dice to put the ball out in front. And just another good quality chance that it won't be on the scoreboard, but a definite opportunity for Great Crossing.
Touch around there. That's just really nice from Preston Welch.
It seemed like Austin was really the showman on the last game we had, and tonight it seems like the little brother is kind of taking that here in the second half.
Another nice fancy footwork there from Dice in that back center defensive mid-roll. He's back on the ball now.
They're just so composed on the ball. There's no panic.
Well, and now they have the decision. They can be patient, try to drag Frankfort High out, and then create these spots here where Welch can just go alone. He's still on the ball, and it requires a really good one-handed save there from Yoakum.
And, it was that shot back across his body that made it so difficult for
you
Yoakum.
don't see that live, but that was a little back flick there from Austin Welch. Just a little 1-2. I didn't even see it live. And
Freed up that space.
That's that brother-to-brother connection that they have. This is Austin Welch.
And Frankfort's going to clear that one out, but once again,
this is to Gritton. He's
danger.
trying to pressure
Childers. No.
Gindling.
It's Flores with the ball.
Vermillion, could he get there?
Oh, that's
Not
heavy.
yet, but that is Ty Hancock. And, again, the pressure is just immediate.
I think Vermillion's coming up slowly after that tackle from Landon Dice in the midfield. Flores dancing around.
Looking to play in behind. This is the opposite outside back.
That's Hamner.
Preston Barber with good defending there.
There's Flores on the ball again. He has just been amazing with the way he's controlled the ball in the offense for Great Crossing tonight.
This is Bryant, and he takes a rip, and he finishes. And
that was beautiful individual play there by Brian.
Little misplay there from the defense. He chests it to himself, takes it off the half volley, and just class. There's nothing much that Yoakum can do. And I tell you, Aiden Bryant has been a difference maker in this game. He didn't play last Thursday.
I mean,
much like we saw in the girls' game. You know, he's got a goal to his name, but that defensive mid, that 8, has really controlled the game. And 32 minutes left. The Panthers are down 3-0 now.
And the 2 goals we've seen, they've definitely been Bluegrass energy power plays of the game because they were Sports Center-esque type highlights. Ball's out of play, and we get a quick restart by the Panthers. Vermillion's going to yield there to Ty Hancock. Hancock whips it around. But the Panthers still.
This is Carpenter.
Looking for a flow, and they're struggling to maintain possession.
They are. This is Vermillion looking at Dice. He's going to try to take a quick shot. He slipped, though. Carpenter just heads out under pressure from Braden Ward.
Great Crossing in no great hurry at this point. Up 3-0 in the in the district tournament final. They know they're going to the region, but I think they're thinking it'd be nicer going in as a 1 seed than a 2 seed.
They're going to, if they win this game, they get to host. Frankfort High will face a district tournament finalist, and 2 of those will be out of Lexington. You got a couple you got Henry Clay, who is defending state champion, made the state final 2 years in a row. You also have Dunbar, potentially Lafayette.
That's a dangerous ball, and it's
misplayed
fumbled.
by Yoakum, but Carpenter's there to collect. Only as far as Welch. It looks like he's trying to line up that left.
Yep.
I think
he's in an offside position.
Yeah, he was in offside. That was Hamner coming up from that right back.
But you saw there, once again, danger at the 6-yard box for the Panthers, but they were able to survive it. This has been a game of survival for the Panthers, and
they just haven't been able to find their feet all night. A lot of that is due to the Great Crossing Warhawks. They came out. I think Coach Nick Maxwell definitely had a game plan to try to shadow Vermillion, and Welch on that right side really changed the way that Preston Barber can play that outside back. So hats off to Maxwell. He has the pieces to do that. And adding Aiden Bryant to the mix has helped as well.
And we just saw a diagonal run that was well executed by Great Crossing that was broken up by Frankfort there. It's that the way that they're sending people from the midfield, streaking down to challenge the back 4 of the Panthers, it's just opening up space after space after space.
Welch clears out for a throw-in. This is Vermillion.
Trying to make something
He's
happen.
got Craycraft. He's got Reynolds wide. But, again, just a little too slow in the distribution there. And
it's Gindling.
Gindling is in the attack. He's taking off 4, but he finds Flores.
Flores dancing around, just trying to find teammates. He looks like he was trying to aim or get his shot ready to go.
It's good work from Barber there. But Flores still on the ball to Dice.
Who gives it away to Vermillion.
Don't see that very often from Dice. And Vermillion, he's got 4 in front of him. He's trying to take 1 on. Now he's taking 2 on.
And he's up against Aiden Bryan, and There's going to be a shot, or we're going to call a foul on Vermillion, it looks like. Stopping the clock.
I'm not sure what's going on there. They stopped the clock. It's going to be a yellow card on Vermillion. Not sure. It must have been something there off the ball.
Could have been
or after the
descent potentially there.
The flag came up immediately, so let's see if I can see this on the stream. No, I didn't see it. So yellow card to Vermillion, so he has to exit for a few minutes. It's Nathan Neal jumping in.
We'll get the Warhawks to restart here. A chip up. Finding Ward. Ward in a battle there with Reynolds. Good throw in from the Panthers. What was the call? I'm confused on what.
I'm not sure how that's a great crossing throw in, but it is. This is Preston Welch to Dice.
Dice swinging it around. That's Redmond back to Dice, and a good interception by the Panthers.
This is McLean Barber trying to find Gritton. He's got Craycraft with him. He slots it through. That was a good idea. Just couldn't quite connect there with Gritton, who was making that diagonal run.
Then a little bit of a misplay there on the back four.
This is Carpenter. Good use of his body there. He finds Ty Hancock, who's playing it back there, and it looks like Barber will collect. Play to his brother McLean.
McLean stepping up, finding Gritton. Good battle. No call.
Looked like a lot of hands there.
And here we go, Preston Welch. And the Panthers are able to win the ball back.
Nathan Neal trying to connect here to Hancock, but just behind, and
just
back to the possession here. Now that they have a 3-goal lead, they can be patient.
And, in the course of about 5 seconds, there was about 6 great crossing passes.
Yeah, they've found their groove. And I think part of what we're seeing here is, Coach Maxwell talked about it last Saturday when we were here, that their biggest opponent was time. They didn't get to play much. They started their season with 2 really tough games against Tates Creek and Bryan Station. Then they had to take a quarantine. Yep. Then they came out of quarantine and had to play district games back to back to back. But now they're 5 or 6 games into this second season of theirs, and they've started to find out their parts and how they work.
Well, and it comes in, when you're playing every couple of days, it allows you to get that rust off rather quickly.
You can see Vermillion has re-entered the game after that yellow card.
Panthers put the ball back into play. That's Reynolds on the ball, trying to find someone.
He finds Vermillion, who's trying to chip ahead there back to Reynolds, but wasn't able to do that. Flores wins that battle with Vermillion, and a little 1-2 with Austin Welch, and they're back on the attack.
When you look at that 4 of Flores, Bryan, and then the Welch brothers, I don't know if I've seen that type of combination in high school soccer since last year watching Henry Clay beat Great Crossing.
This is a good, dangerous ball into Ward. Carpenter, the senior, good defending there, and he will look to just relieve pressure, but only as far as Ginling.
Ginling to Bryan, and they'll reset the offense again. They'll swing it back around to Hamner.
He makes a good move to beat Barber. And this is out to Austin Welch, and he forces a corner kick. Just Henry Higbee had to just clear it under pressure.
Anxious to see if they pull something off the training pitch here.
25 minutes left. Great crossings, 2 quick goals here in the second half. In the first 10 minutes have stretched out a 1-goal lead at half to 3.
And in the time management category here, Austin Welch goes for the long walk to get the ball and even slower walk to come back. So, a little gamesmanship there. And, that's some of those things that they don't teach you in most soccer teams, but it's just well-versed soccer knowledge.
He will take the corner, and he lofts it on top of the box.
Panthers look like they're going to be able to get this out.
Looking deep here, trying to connect with Vermillion. Nathan Neal with the step. Vermillion's got Aiden Bryant on his back shoulder. He's got Ethan Carpenter coming down line with him.
That's been a good battle, Vermillion versus Bryan.
Yeah, and those two have played together. They've been friends.
That's a bad giveaway again from the Panthers. But Great Crossing re-gifts it back, it looks like.
And they're going to play it out for a throw-in.
We've got 24 minutes left in this one. It's 3-0 Great Crossing. Panthers just struggling to keep the score at bay. See if they can't get something going here.
Carpenter clears it off. If it goes out, that would be a corner kick.
Good shielding there, and the keeper makes an awkward play, but he was effective.
Yeah, I think that his defender didn't do him any favors by turning into pressure right back towards his keeper. Your keeper is probably yelling out wide, 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 and then he turns right inside. So
there's a flick on.
Yeah, Nathan Neal did that last night to set up a goal, but tonight not as effective, and Preston Welch will work to get out under pressure from Vermillion. This is McLean, Barber with the step, trying to connect with Hancock. He's going to take an early shot, and
that was a good shot.
It was on frame. It forced Diaz to make a play, and that might be his first real shot attempt today that he's had to defend.
It's a good, hard, low shot.
You can see it had a little dip to it, but Diaz gets a hand on it.
I think it was more of a chest than a hand, but here we go again with Great Crossing, pushing the ball down that right wing to Welch. Looks like Welch clipped the Panther player there.
Yeah, it's Preston Barber who earns a free kick and trying to play quick. He'll find his brother.
McLean coming into Ty Hancock.
Hancock looking for Vermillion. He's trying to get wide, being chased by Hamner. Little stop and go, but now he's got another Great Crossings defender in Austin Welch.
Once again, awkward ball situation there outside as they fight to get a quick call for the throw-in, but the center ref says that it's Great Crossings ball.
Anytime Vermillion gets the ball in space, it seems like there's 2 or 3 Great Crossing Warhawks surrounding him.
And you know, as a player that's trying to put his team on his back, you know that's got to be frustrating because essentially what Coach Nick Maxwell of Great Crossing has done is he says, okay, Frankfort, find somebody else to beat us.
This is Welch to Flores playing the ball through.
What a beautiful
and this
ball. Heavy touch.
Was that Ward? That was Braden Ward.
He
and Sam Yoakum collide. It was a good step from Yoakum to make the save.
You know, and being the parent of a keeper, I can tell you Sam Yoakum went out quickly and didn't question anything. A hesitation is what keeper's worst enemy is, and Sam made a good decision there to come out hard.
He got a little lucky there with Braden Ward's first touch, let him down a little bit and created that gap. But you're right, they can't play in that no man's land.
That's Welch just dancing.
He's just got those Panthers chasing.
He just
looks for his brother. I'd love to know how many times they pass to each other because it feels like they definitely look for each other.
Yes.
It's like they've got that sense they've played together. This is Bryant chipping out wide to Preston Welch. This is Higbee and Preston Barber. It's a couple Prestons battling each other there.
Looks like our rain is finally letting up, and field's still damp, but we don't have any kind of rain to get in keeper's eyes or anything like that would cause any problems with play.
This is Reynolds looking for Nathan Neal. Just couldn't play quite to feet, and Childers plays to Bryan, and they're back in the attack here.
I'd love to have a possession clock to be able to tell us how much ball.
I think Pep Guardiola would be happy.
It's funny that Nick Maxwell's a Chelsea fan, yet he plays like Pep Guardiola with his team.
Bryant finds Childers.
And, you know, they're not in any kind of hurry. They're just trying to find teammates to connect with. And, you know, when one of those teammates is Austin Welch, it makes it a lot easier. He finds his brother Preston pushing down the right side, and they're just going to back the ball back up again. And,
he's just so hard to get tight to. You could see Barber there trying to put Chase to, and
there's one of the few miscues you will see out of the Welch brothers tonight, as Austin Welch has that pass from Flores go off his foot out of bounds for
throw
a
in
Panther
for
throw-ins.
McLean Barber. He throws into Henry Higbee.
We got Caleb Barnes into the game for Great Crossing.
This is Vermillion out wide to Tyron Reynolds. He's trying to get out wide.
And he beats Ginling to the corner.
He is going to create a throw-in. He's trying to get around that edge, but just couldn't quite do it. 18 and a half minutes remaining here, 3-0. Great Crossing has looked really nice this weekend. This whole week they looked great against Franklin County, and tonight they've continued that. This is Flores.
And here we go again. Ward trying to find someone, but just gives it away.
Haven't seen that very often, but you see how quickly they can turn defense into offense. This is Craycraft, and he plays back to Carpenter. He's looking for the big switch out to Barber. It's one of the few times we've seen Barber really get higher up the field because he's just been under pressure a lot tonight.
Well, this is one of the few times he's not been matched up with Austin Welch over there. But now they run Austin Welch in that space that Barber was in. You can see that Nick Maxwell has really painted the picture on the blackboard as far as what they wanted to accomplish tonight.
This is it. You can see McLean Barber has done a nice job of coming over to defend.
Flores just bangs it off of Barber for the Great Crossing throw-in.
We have a substitution here. It's Carter Gilbert coming in the game for Tyron Reynolds.
Looks like we have Isaac Moore coming on for Great Crossing.
Isaac Moore looks like, is he going to replace Ward?
That's what it looks like. Coming in.
You can see both of those there.
Throw in comes right in and right back out, and it'll be another Great Crossing throw in.
Well,
maybe not.
I got to be honest with you. I'm having a hard time with the throw-ins. I feel like they're backwards.
Yes.
Because that one felt like it was off Frankfort High, but it is on the far side of the field, so I could have missed it.
There's a shot that's really had zero chance of going in from Welch, but we'll go ahead and get Sam Yoakum another goal kick.
He had a couple of those the other night where it was just really quick one-time touches just to try to catch the guys off, the keeper off balance.
Frankfort will build up their offense, starting deep and trying to find someone in the midfield, but they find Brian instead.
He just plays it here, switch out wide to Ginling. Sorry.
That's all right. And that's Childress with the ball, swinging it over to his center back mate, Trey Redmond.
Pressure there from Barber, but it won't stay in play.
Yeah. You see Coach Kennedy is changing the formation a little bit, trying to get some offense started. Got three in the back. Looks like he's going with a 3-5-2, Bo.
Yeah, I think that's what he did. And I know that last week when they went down 2-1, they moved to this formation. Of course, they leave themselves very open to opportunities like this, but it's just an attempt to get more numbers forward.
Well, it helps to mitigate that passing game that you see at Great Crossing through their midfield.
That was Caleb Barnes, I think, with his first touch there.
Got to throw in for Great Crossing. We're down to 15-15 in the second half. Great Crossing up 3-0 in this 41st District Tournament final.
This Preston Barber finding Vermillion. He's got a little space. His touch gets a little far, and that is Trey Redmond. But Vermillion's quick to jump up. He squirts it through. Is that Nathan Neal?
Fighting for it there.
He and Childers are fighting for it. I think it's going to go out for a corner.
That was just amazing that Ethan Vermillion was able to be that quick to maintain
got tackled
position.
And jumped up and just kept going. And looks like they might try to go quick, and you can see the rain is back just when we think it stops. That was Carter Gilbert trying to get on the end. It sprinkles out here, and Carpenter with the cutback.
And we're off to the races, I'm afraid.
Flores now is in a 1v1 situation. He turns on the Jets, gets around Ashton Austin. Higbee's trying to come over. Gets it back to the right, to the left. Just wide and high. But
a good piece of individual soccer right there. You know,
can see a replay here. He tried to go right and then drug it back to the left foot.
Just hit the wrong button on his controller there for his FIFA game.
He leaned back a little bit, but again, you just see the quality of player he and the Welch brothers are. They're just dangerous. They combine together with each other.
Frankfort still playing hard and still trying to connect passes just to get some offense going. But
Welch will go all the way back to Diaz.
Diaz has not been challenged much tonight outside of that Ty Hancock shot just a few minutes ago.
This is Gritton. He beats Dice. He's going to take an early shot. He had Preston Barber out wide, but chose to try to go alone.
And you see every time Diaz has had to handle the ball, it's still not as clean as you would expect. So I think from the Panther strategy, shots from distance are going to be the most effective at this point.
This is Barber. That was Gritton, I think, just trying to play into Nathan Neal. Neal, good effort there to win the ball back. Vermillion now putting pressure on.
That's Trey Redmond there, wasn't it?
I don't think it was Trey. I think it was number 8.
Number 8.
Caleb Coates is.
Yeah. I can't make out that number.
It's
it's Caleb Coates.
On the far side there. He must have checked in. I don't recall that, but ball played in, little ricochet. This is Gilbert.
Just unlucky.
Trying to put some pressure on that back four.
Unlucky as Frankfort thought they were going to have an opportunity there, and Great Crossing's able to clear it out.
This is Vermillion in the middle of the field. Tries to do a little flick touch.
That was Childress.
A little sloppy there. He hammered it into his own center back, but it worked out for the Warhawks, and they find Tristan Morin.
Yeah.
He's trying to get to that preferred left.
Game's getting a little stretched out here and not as connected as we were seeing earlier out of the Warhawks. But
this is Gilbert. He finds Higbee. He's trying to find Vermillion. Back to Preston Barber.
Vermillion just had very few chances with any space that he could do anything with.
It's a good little ball in. This is Hancock. Can he get there? I think that looked like a handball.
And we're going to get it.
Preston Barber was in play. It looks like he is onside.
They're going to count it. It's 2.
The Warhawks are asking for it, but I'm looking on the replay. I think he was in an offside position.
I think he was too. Unless it was deflected or played back.
It did touch a defender, but nonetheless, the Panthers have a goal.
And some
It
life.
did ricochet off the defender who was laying there, so I don't know if – I think the defender has to intentionally touch it, but nonetheless, it's 3-1.
Right. You know, we don't
Could have been a handball too, I believe, on the Great Crossing player to stop it from originally. But
and unlike the EPL, we will not go to a VAR review.
Listen, I was on the internet the other day, and somebody had shared some pictures of referees, and I have had my fair share of situations where the referee has made the wrong decision. But in the age of technology, we can't use it to try to just point out all the mistakes.
Right.
These guys are human, and they make mistakes, and it's hard.
And as
I'm a referee myself. It's hard to watch a game where things happen in split seconds, and the real problem is we have less and less people refereeing, and the ones that start are inexperienced, and then they quit immediately because of the pressure and
right.
And so.
And, I always go back to the old adage, the ball doesn't lie. There was probably a handball in there that could have been called on Great Crossing, and we were probably looking at a penalty kick. But at the end of the day, the play was judged onside, and the Panthers have some life as we have 10 minutes left in this second half. It's now 3-1.
It is 3-1. As we talked about in the girls' game, if they could somehow get this to a 3-2 situation, it would put some real pressure on Great Crossing. We saw that in the girls' game. They scored with about 6.5 left. You can see Tyron Reynolds is checking into the game. Nathan Neal takes a break.
Big throw from Gilbert trying to find Reynolds.
Over the top, and this is Vermillion. He tries to cut it back to Gritton, and he will finish.
There it is. It's 3-2.
And
Panthers are back in it.
unbelievably, in a 2-minute period, we go from a 3-0 game. Great Crossings is cruising to now 3-2, 9.5 minutes left.
And we're going to get a yellow card on Gritton, who scored the goal for trying to keep the ball.
I think he was trying to get the ball, and that is a new emphasis that was added last year. The clock stops, so there's no rush to get the ball.
You know, goes back to those days of when the clock's always running. You're trying to get it back to the center for the kickoff, and so I
got to tell you, this has been a turn of events. I didn't expect this. I mean, the first 50, 60 minutes of this game were all Great Crossings, but that started with the throw-in from Carter Gilbert over the top. Vermillion made a good individual play, and Gritton was there to poach. And
you saw the inexperience of the goalkeeper coming out again.
Vermillion again. He's got Barber wide. He's trying to chip. This is Gilbert. And good read there from Diaz.
I tell you what has happened is the Panthers now have some confidence, and they are flying all over the pitch.
This is Preston Welch, and he is running the tightrope known as the sideline. And I think he's going to earn a foul there.
No, I think it's just going to be a throw-in.
It was a good effort.
No, they are calling the foul there. So time is now one of the opponents for the Frankfort Panthers, too, as we're down to 8:45. But now it's a one-goal game. All of that passing, all of that possession that Great Crossing had, it's now down to a one-goal game, and the Panthers are in it.
And this matchup has produced some crazy situations. Last year, Great Crossings in this game. This is Welch trying to wind up the right.
Sam Yoakum with the save.
Great Crossings scored with 37 seconds left to tie it. A week ago, Great Crossings had a 2-1 lead, 2 minutes left. Vermillion was able to get the ricochet off his face to tie it, which is not how you would draw it up, but it worked. And so this matchup has seen its share of late game goals. So,
well, I tell you, the substitution to bring Gilbert on, he's brought some energy. And,
he has.
With energy, good things always flow. And with his substitution, they were able to score 2 quick goals. And they were really team goals because it seemed like there was quite a few Panthers that touched the ball. And
they weren't clean, but they went into the back of the net. And
soccer is the beautiful game as it's known, but sometimes it's the effective game. If you can just get bodies pushing enough with the will to put the ball in the back of the net, and that's exactly how the Panthers have scored, just out of sheer will.
This is Dice. His header lands with Craycraft. He's looking out wide. He finds Barber. He's got Hancock with him. It's going to get played out for a throw-in for the Panthers, and it looks like they've got a substitution.
That Gritton coming back in.
It is, and is that Craycraft taking a break?
It is. See, Adam Gritton sliding in right in the middle of the pitch, and just like it was scripted, the ball almost ended up on his foot.
It almost did. So goals from Preston Barber and Adam Gritton have pulled the Panthers back to a 3-2, 1-goal deficit.
And, this is one of those times in the game, very rare times, that we're not seeing Great Crossing with that confidence.
Yeah, the game has become – Frankfort High has been able to make the game more raggedy, and a lot of that is due to players like Carter Gilbert coming in and just trying to apply pressure. Vermillion on the wing has added some pressure.
And there's a giveaway. Reynolds has it, looking for friends.
He's going to drop it here to Carpenter. He's got a couple of folks up. He's going to go out wide here to Gilbert. He takes a one-touch to Gritton. Out here to Reynolds. I thought he was going to try to beat – is this Hamner? It's going to go out off Great Crossings for a throw-in. And
that was
Gilbert's got another opportunity here for A long throw in. You can see the Panthers trying to pile some numbers in.
And that is a good throw.
Almost finds Vermillion. This is Gritton. Good strike there, but Diaz will collect.
As we've talked before, Gritton just has a nose for the ball. And, when it bounced to him, I kind of thought this might be that piece of magic that's going to come from this game. But
this is Welch to Bryant. Big switch, looking for the opposite Welch.
It's going to go harmlessly to Barber.
He finds McLean Barber. That was Higbee that found McLean
Higbee,
Barber.
sorry.
This is Gritton. He's got Preston Barber out wide, but he goes to McLean. Vermillion trying to win it. Big clearance there from Dice. 5 minutes on the clock.
Had a foul call there.
He must have called that back. Was that for the foul on Vermillion? I didn't think there was much there, but this is Hancock trying to play it into the mix.
That's a winding ball that ends up.
Had a weird spin on it there. This is Carpenter. He's going to turn. Good little drop of the shoulder. He's got Vermillion up ahead. That's what he's looking for. A little flick touch. And they'll just play it out for a corner kick. 4.5 minutes, folks.
It seems like every time Frankfort's touching the ball, it's dangerous now. Where was this for the first 75 minutes of this game? We're down to 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Can Frankfort pull out a miracle to get this to go to extra time?
This is Hancock with the corner kick. He's going short, driven ball, initially cleared. Looks like that's Gritton that collects it. He's got his head up trying to chip it back in the box.
Diaz able to handle,
there's a
handle
collision
that
there
one.
with Reynolds.
Diaz with a big kick, but it's going right into the Panthers' hands.
It's Barber. Plays it wide here to Ethan Carpenter. You got 3 minutes, 40 seconds.
They're trying to play on to Tyron Reynolds, but it ends up running through to Connor Diaz. Great crossing keeper is going to put it back into play. Kind of an ill-advised kick.
Vermillion trying to squirm through. He takes
That's
a quick shot.
Oh,
it hits
off
the post.
Crossbar.
That was reminiscent of Franklin County where –
and there's a foul that's going to be called.
Did he call the foul? He did not call the foul. He pulled the whistle up, and it looked like he was going to call the foul, but he did not.
We're
Goes
down.
out for a goal kick, but Brad, that was reminiscent of Franklin County. Diaz was a little tight off his line.
And now another giveaway from Diaz. Heavy tackles all over the field.
That was a little late from Gilbert, but
we're waiting for this 2.5 minutes to end. Will it be a Panthers miracle, or will Great Crossing be crowned our 41st district champion? Dane Childers puts the ball in play, tries to find Flores.
Ball out wide here, trying to connect with Preston Barber. You got 2 minutes, 14 seconds. Vermillion on the ball. He gets the touch. He keeps it in play. He cuts it back inside, looking for a little touch, and it's just clear, but only as far as Barber. And he is going to earn that foul.
And that's a place of danger. Will Ethan Vermillion be able to put this on frame is going to be the question.
If you're a Frankfort High Panther, you want to try to crash the goal because Diaz has had some trouble with some of these.
Just a little bit outside.
Kind of surprised there they let the Flores encroach there a little bit. He ran towards the free kick.
And, we're down to 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds left in this championship game. Bo, if you're Coach Kennedy, I think you're pulling everybody up.
Yeah, you got to try to create a chance or two here.
Here comes the press. It's led by Gilbert.
And he's forcing it back, and it's just cleared by Childers. Carpenter with the win. Gilbert with the hustle.
Gilbert has shown all kinds of heart here in the last few minutes.
He has played really well for the Panthers. Late addition, but his energy has been big.
We got 1 minute. Carpenter
Big clearance here. It's going to go out of play, so you're going to have a throw in. I think you'll expect to see Gilbert. And you can already see that line dropping back from.
Oh, he went for the big throw. And it's an illegal throw.
It's unlucky because it's going to be called an illegal throw. 36 seconds left. Great Crossing
ticking.
will take their time. That one person changes his mind. He doesn't want to do it. Two people. So the third guy decides to throw the ball in.
Gamesmanship
that
that cost
it. Gamesmanship at its finest. This is Vermillion.
And that's a tackle by Austin Welch.
Looks like the Panthers are going to come up 1 goal short for the third straight time against these Warhawks.
You know, in reminiscing, I'll steal the old club name. It was Frankfort Fury for these last few minutes trying to tie this game up. But
and
we're
that
done.
Will do it. The 41st District final on the boys' side goes to the Warhawks of Great Crossings by a final score of 3-2. The Panthers put up a mighty fight those last 20 minutes. Grabbed 2 goals back, but could not get the third. And so, Brad, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back to put some final caps on this, see the trophy presentation, and also the all-tournament team.
That's right.
The people of Frankfort are ready for growth in our community. We need strong leaders who can help bring real changes to our city. Kyle Thompson is ready for the challenge. He's a strong supporter of law enforcement and wants to provide proper funding for our police and emergency services to reduce crime rates. Kyle also plans to work in cooperation with the county to revitalize our parks. It is important to provide for the well-being of all of our Frankfort families. Kyle is ready to take on all of this and more. Make your voice heard and vote Kyle Thompson for City Commission.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork, and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Bluegrass Sports Network. We just finished up here at Great Crossing High School where the Warhawks defeated the Frankfort High Panthers 3-2 on the boys' side. If you were with us earlier this evening, you saw the Western Hills Wolverines on the ladies' side grab the District 41 title against the Lady Warhawks. And so Western Hills will represent the 41st District in Region 11, while the Great Crossing Warhawks will take the 1 seed from the 41st District on the boys' side. Game was all Great Crossings from the start. They scored 3 minutes into the first half to grab a 1-0 lead, dominated possession, took a 1-0 lead into half. Second half was much of the same for the first half. You saw 2 early goals from the Great Crossing Warhawks. But then, Brad, with 20 minutes left, the light switched for Frankfort. They started to gain some confidence. They got a goal out of a run of play, kind of a little turnover in the back from Preston Barber after a skirmish in front of goal. Then immediately within like a minute and a half later, they got a second goal. And for the last 10 minutes, they had a few chances and just could not quite grab that equalizer. And so they'll head to Region 11 as a runner-up. Have to travel somewhere, probably Lexington or Richmond for that game. Warhawks will get to host one here, but
wild finish. And, after the Warhawks dominated this game, Frankfort showed their heart and almost put us into extra time.
So we've got a few minutes here. You can see the Great Crossing Warhawks right there. Austin Welch got the goal scoring started early in the first half. They grabbed another goal through his brother Preston Welch.
You're right.
And then Aiden Bryant finished the scoring for them. Nice little chest down to a volley to take a 3-0 lead. Preston Barber and Adam Gritton answered back for the Panthers, but it wasn't enough. And so you can see the trophy presentation is about to take place.
Yeah, they just announced the Franklin County All-Tournament team. It's Cade Terry, who had a spectacular goal for the Flyers, and Owen Powell, the general, for that back four for Coach Lewis Tandy and Ryan Sturm.
Both of those guys have had tremendous careers for the Flyers.
For Western Hills, we got Josh Lumpkins, the defender who played center back after the injuries to Lincoln Maddox and was provided some protection for his keeper, who's also on the all-tournament team, Matthew Meyer.
So we got 2 keepers, although only one played keeper in their game on Tuesday night. Matthew Meyer had a couple of tremendous saves in that game against Frankfort High.
Our Frankfort all-tournament team's being announced, and the first one is going to be Ethan Vermillion.
Ethan has been a leader of this team all year, helped create both of those goals tonight. Had one go off the post with about 4 minutes left from a distance that was reminiscent of Cade Terry's goal, but much like his counterpart on the other side, Landon Dice had a one from distance go off the crossbar, so did Verm.
Our second one, Tyron Reynolds.
Tyron had a top shelf game winner against the Wolverines. And so, tremendous season for him.
Waiting for the last one. Second place team gets 3. It's Ethan Carpenter.
Ethan Carpenter, senior right back, has played really well all year. Great kid. I know he's disappointed that for 2 years in a row he's turned up 1 goal short, but
the road to get to a district final is a hard one, and Frankfort's got to have their heads up. They played well. I think they're the kings of Franklin County by defeating the Wolverines and the Flyers, and we're now on to the all-tournament team that's going to come from Great Crossing. I don't think that we're going to find any surprises here. The first one was Preston Welch, the sophomore, all-world player at times, with a spectacular goal in this one.
He is just world-class, man. He's not world-class, but he is for this district, and he's fun to watch. We got to share some videos of him last week, and he's just an incredible player. And this is a kid that I really thought was a difference maker tonight. He missed the matchup or most of the matchup last week. He's a tremendous kid as well, but just played very well in the midfield, created opportunities for his teammates to move around.
Had a great goal tonight.
And had a finish touch. So Aiden Bryant. I think we know who's going to be the MVP. So who's
this? This is Doug Ginling.
Doug Ginling.
The defender who really came up and made some offensive magic at times from that left back position.
Him and Hamner both probably are deserving.
Right. And I'm shocked.
We're going to go ahead and give him – he was the Bluegrass Energy Power Player of the game on Tuesday night. He's the Bluegrass Energy Power Player of the tournament.
That's correct.
And it's none other than Austin Welch, number 24. Hat trick on Tuesday, opening goal tonight, but just caused havoc all night with him and his brother. And so congratulations to Austin, well-deserved.
And just, a spectacular player, and he's going on to that next level. There's just no question. It's just the only question is where.
Absolutely. And so good look there at our all-tournament team from the boys' side, District 41. Congratulations to those young men. Going to do a quick photo without the mask.
That's something you didn't think you would say, but in this COVID world, we're going to take a photo without the mask.
Yeah, just real quick, and then get your distance. Get your distance, boys. And so.
But what a tournament, Bo. I mean, girls' side, we saw spectacular play after spectacular play, but then it seemed like the boys just went up another notch tonight with some great plays by both teams. And, there's not been a moment in this tournament that wasn't exciting, whether we were watching the girls or the guys, and I'm just excited that BSN was here to be a part of it. And they're awarding the Frankfort Panthers the second-place trophy. I know Superintendent Houston Barber will put that on display in the school when they finally get back.
Yeah, we actually hosted a volleyball game tonight, and at Ewing Street, it was the last event that we were able to cover on BSN. The girls volleyball team from Frankfort High had their first home match, or only home match. But I talked to the athletic director, Joe Peach. He said they're supposed to have everything out Monday.
Oh, my goodness.
So I guess the construction is going to start.
And now our champions, the Great Crossing Warhawks, coming to pick up the hardware for their hard work this week. And, back-to-back championships for Coach Nick Maxwell. He's starting a dynasty over here in Scott County.
He definitely has gotten off to a great start, 2 years, and great facilities, super talented team. And
they ran the tables. They had the pressure of coming in as the number 1 seed, and they were able to follow that through to the championship.
Well, I think that about does it for us. Brad, it's been a blast this week to cover the district tournament. I want to thank Kyle Thompson again, for city commissioner, for helping make this available. We want to thank Great Crossing, Austin Haywood, athletic director, Coach Nick Maxwell, and Kevin Brown for giving us the space and just being super accommodating. We thank you guys for joining us on the Bluegrass Sports Network. Continue to like us and subscribe. You can find us online, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, our website.
And hopefully, Bo, we're going to have a couple more soccer games.
We're hoping to maybe work out some regional stuff, maybe some volleyball on the district side, but we're also gearing up for the winter, and so we're just excited to be able to showcase these young people. Thank you for joining us. We thank you for all the support, too. So with that, I'm Bo Craycraft.
I'm Brad Thomas.
And we will see you on the Bluegrass Sports Network at our next stream.
The people of Frankfort are ready for growth in our community. We need strong leaders who can help bring real changes to our city. Kyle Thompson is ready for the challenge. He's a strong supporter of law enforcement and wants to provide proper funding for our police and emergency services to reduce crime rates. Kyle also plans to work in cooperation with the county to revitalize our parks. It is important to provide for the well-being of all of our Frankfort families. Kyle is ready to take on all of this and more. Make your voice heard and vote Kyle Thompson for City Commission.